Hello and welcome to Tea Talk, where the topics are real, relevant, and relaxing. It's Tea Talk time, and here's Lady O.
Thank you, Tracy, and welcome back. I know you were in New Orleans last week, huh? At the Essence Festival. Hopefully I can go there one year. I've never been there before. I heard so many wonderful things about it. But listen, welcome back. I'm glad to have you back safe and on Tea Talk. Welcome, guest. You are in for a treat today. As you know, we always bring you relevant topics that you can relate to and that you can share with others. But today we're going to talk to you about a lot of things. And one of them is going to be, the whole thing is going to be about the Women's Conference. And you know, every year we have an amazing conference. So we want to make sure that you know about it and that you share with other friends so they will not miss it. You don't want to miss this one. And you know, every year God just amazes me because he gives us something new and relevant. And God is just that kind of father. He's always giving you something that you need for such a time as this. And this conference this year, God led me to this title that for women, that we have got to understand that we are more than enough. More than enough. You know, how many of you all have been in situations ever as a woman where you felt like, I'm just not enough. I'm not enough for my mother, my father. I'm not enough for my sister, my brother. I'm not enough for the people on the job. I'm not enough for my husband, for my wife. I'm not enough for anything. I know the things I want to do, my dreams growing up as a child, but I just feel inadequate. I feel like, and sometimes people are making you feel like you're just not enough. You're not good enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not thin enough. You know, your hair is not straight enough. You're not light enough. You're not dark enough. It's always something that either the world is telling us through magazines and through the music and through TV. And sometimes we tell it to ourselves. And that's the big thing. And sometimes we believe what other people tell us about ourselves. And so what this conference is going to do is to tell you what God says about you. It's going to teach you how to fight off all of the other stuff that people are saying about you, but it's going to begin with you. And so you have got to understand the schemes of the devil, and you cannot believe the lies that people tell you about yourself. And also you cannot believe the lies you tell yourself about you. Sometimes we're our worst enemy. Ladies, come on, can we just keep it real? Sometimes we are harder on ourselves than anybody else. We're subconscious. We think that we're just pulling ourselves down, and then we get depressed and so forth. So we many times are our own worst enemies. We can't get over some things that people have done to hurt us. And listen, a lot of times these people have moved on, and you're still angry with them because of what they did to you. And I always tell people, I'm sorry about what they did to you as a child, but listen, you cannot let that hold you back from getting what God has for you, from becoming what God created you to be. That was only a distraction, okay? And so I tell people, you've got to let that go, because most of the time, most people go on and they enjoy their lives, you know, and they have their fun, and you're still in the depression. You're still feeling like because of what somebody did to you, you cannot do. So listen, I want you to go ahead and share this with your friends and tell them we're going to be talking about the conference, what you're going to get there. We want you to go ahead and register. The Tisha has put the link in the chat. So go ahead and click on that link. We also have a QR reader for you to go on. So go ahead and register for you and a guest. Bring a friend, bring somebody who you know fits that, what I just said. Go on and tell somebody about it. Here's our flyer. And let me tell you a little bit about what you're going to be getting. We're going to have some dynamic speakers, and these topics are going to all be very relevant to what is going on today in the world. It's going to help you to be able to get educated and empowered to do all that God has called you to do. Now we have food, we got door prizes, a whole lot of door prizes. We got vendors coming where you can do a little shopping, and they're really great vendors. So you want to come and see that. And so the way it's going to go, just kind of give you a little overview real quickly. Can't tell you everything, you got to come and see, but just to give you a little appetizer, on Friday, we're going to start off with relaxing our minds, right? And getting our minds decluttered and purging our thoughts and emotions. And Dr. Jenna Lynn is going to help us do that. She's going to take us through some activities. We also have someone's going to come and get us, how you do stretching to kind of release. They're going to show you how to release stress by doing some things. And it's kind of like yoga, but it's not the yoga sometimes that you see in the studios, but it's going to be something on how to help you to learn how to relax your mind, relax your body, to breathe and let that go so that you can receive what Dr. Jenna Lynn is going to give to you, and your minds will be ready. So we're going to have her on Friday night. Before she comes, we're going to have our 6 p.m. Happy hour, and that's where you come and you get your mocktails, you get to mix and mingle. We have some games and prizes, and then we'll have our little relax and that kind of thing, and then Dr. Jenna Lynn will come. Okay, now that's on Friday. So to register, you want to go here in the link or hit the square and go ahead and do that. We ask for that Friday night that you come dressed comfortably. We're calling it a pajama praise party, but you don't wear your pajamas to church, right? The certain ones you don't wear. So you're going to wear kind of like a warm-up kind of pajama. You've seen those little top and bottoms. You can wear those. You can wear warm-ups. You can wear a dress. You can wear whatever you want to be. Just be comfortable so that you can move. We may be sitting. We may be stretching. And we don't want you in your very best heels and those kind of things. So just come ready to relax and be comfortable on a Friday night. All right. And then on Saturday morning, we're going to get up bright and early. I think we better go. Let me stop there. I'll go through the guests real quickly in a minute. But let's have our guests come on with us and our team come on with us and share about the women's conference. I tell you what, I am excited about it. Every year I get excited about it. God gives us something new and fresh that is relevant for such a time as this is what we're going through. So ladies, I wanted you to come on and just talk to our guests today, our people that are watching. Why should they come to a Women at the Feet of Jesus conference? Tell me, what does Women at the Feet of Jesus conference mean to you? And maybe share something, whatever you'd like to share. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Flair.
Okay,
All right.
I was just going to say, for me, it helps because we're around like-minded women who come for the same reason, to try to get something. And you're going to gain something, and you get to know different women on a different level. And I think that's important for us as women, because we sometimes, as you said earlier, we don't do well with each other. And at the conference, we just come together and everybody enjoys it, and we really learn. You pour your soul out and nobody's going to judge you. And it's a good place to do that. So I've always enjoyed just being around the women.
Oh, I love that. Let me share with you something. Years ago, like I said, this conference is over 20 years old. But years ago, we were doing a conference and we were going to the hotel at that time. And I was trying to, get people to go. And I asked this one lady, would she go? Would she buy a ticket? And she said to me, and I never forget this because it just really shocked me. She said, I don't do women. I was like, what do you mean? You're a woman. What do you mean you don't do women? She said, I don't do women. Too much drama, too much whatever. I said, well, you're a woman. What does that mean? And I said, so, if you got it all together, you need to come out and help other women get it together. But it's one of the things, you're absolutely right, Flair. I don't have any pretense, and I don't set that atmosphere. We break down that. So you don't have to worry about being judged. You don't have to worry about being you the only one that's going through this or have this particular issue, whatever. We all got issues. We all got situations, but it's a time where you learn to come and like yourself and like other women, in a positive way.
Yeah.
I mean, women, we have got to get to where we are sisters and we are not competing and we're not judging one another. So you're absolutely right. Come see other women and it will help you. So all right. So Sheila, you want to go second?
Yes, I'll go. Every every year I look forward to the topics. Lady O, you really have through the Holy Spirit an amazing way to always bring in topics that relate to the present, like what women are going through. So
Yeah.
I always look forward to the speakers. I specifically remember one year with Jasmine Skerlock. She was the speaker on a Friday night, actually 2 Fridays. For 2 years she came.
She came.
And her messages were so powerful and so potent. I'll never will forget when she talked about the woman with the issue of blood. It was
Yeah.
just, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Yes.
And then Jacqueline Carr, that was a powerful, she was a powerful singer. And
Right.
then I remember, one year this lady came from Dallas. She was a psalmist from Dallas.
Yeah.
And she sung this song about the river, how Jesus was the river of waters. Oh, I never will forget that. It was amazing. It was so
I'm
powerful.
having a moment here, but I just saw her a couple of weeks ago.
You did? What was her name? I don't remember her name, but
I'm trying
that
to
girl.
say it but I'll think of because I know exactly. I just saw her a couple of weeks ago, so I'll think of it.
Yeah.
Give me a minute. I'm gonna relax my brain so to come because then I went like this and it just disappeared. Okay.
Yeah, she was really good. So I just look forward to it every year because there's always something new, something fresh to help,
Oh yeah, very good. All right, Tracy, what do you think?
Well, I tell you, I'm looking forward to it. The topic alone is powerful, more than enough, because for some reason, most of us know we've heard so many things to make us feel like we're not enough. And just some of the guests that you've had before, the love doctor who talked about self-love.
Oh yeah.
And we are enough. And God tells us that over and over and over in his word that we're enough. It's just that the world beats us down so much, and social media and the world and the things that we see. And the beautiful thing about coming to these conferences is that we leave with those nuggets of realizing that we cannot keep allowing the world to keep dumping on us to make us feel like we're not enough. We're more than conquerors. So I'm glad that we have these conferences to build us back up, and we should not let that be taken away from us. That's my mantra, is that yes, I'm enough. I'm God's child. Of course I'm enough. But it's just so refreshing to go to those conferences and just be reminded.
Yeah.
Being reminded.
You're absolutely right, Tracy. When you were saying, I was thinking about this. It's like a car. When it's full of gas, it goes. But eventually, it runs out of gas. Eventually, if you just keep going the way you're going and you don't stop and refuel. And I see it as a way of refueling because we do get dumped on a lot. And we do give out a lot of ourselves. We as women, we give out to everybody and we don't give out to ourselves. And before we know it, we're having what I call a little Sally Walker moment. That's when you just sit in the sauce and you just can't do no more. You can't rise. You just wipe your eyes. You're crying your eyes out. You're sitting there giving yourself a pity party because you gave everything out and nobody gave back into you. So this conference is a time for you to say, I'm going to get refilled. I'm going to get refreshed. I'm going to get renewed. And I'm going to use this time to pour back into me. I'm going to get somebody to keep my kids because I do it when I go to work every day. And that working is for you to get money for the family and whatever. But what are you doing for yourself? Get you a babysitter, get somebody to keep those kids, and come out and say, this is my weekend. So come Friday night, don't miss any part of it. because the way I've got it built, it goes from this part on up. So I'm building you up to be ready for what step by step by step. So so I think Tracy, you're absolutely right. It's a time to build back up, to pour back into yourself, to get refueled. And so I look forward to it because every once a year, I look forward to this time. It's like you did with the Essence Festival. It comes once a year. People look forward to it, right? And of course, they spend money galore going to the Essence Festival. But how many of you know that can't save you? It can give you a warm fuzzy. You might could have some of those margaritas, or what those drinks they call it, hurricanes. You may have some of all those drinks, but when you come back, it has not helped you, okay? And so the word that you get here can really help you. Two more things too that I really, really love. I love, I wish Juanita was on here too. She could tell me the name of the lady, but we all get prayed for. And I mean, they really do prayer and deliverance. I remember, I don't know if anybody was here. It might have been, I'm not sure. But anyway, I was praying for this lady, and we really were really going hard prayer. And she fell out in the spirit. And when she fell out, you know, that whatever was going on with her, she went like this and went up under the table. And we went on with the conference, praying for everybody else. So about almost an hour later, she came from that table, like scared us all half to death. I forgot she was under the table. But that was her and God up under that table. When she came out, she was delivered and set free. And I know her life today, and it is totally different. Do y'all remember the years when I had that great anointing on everybody was getting pregnant that I touched? And I had, who was that came up to me? Two people came up to me to ask if I wasn't planning on doing it. Who were the babies? It was two babies that were born the same year. I know who it was. It was Cornetta Hawkins. And she came up and asked me would I pray for her to get pregnant, and I did. And she had the thing that the Lord gave me. I said, I'll have this baby in my hands next year. And by that next year, I had that baby. And it was so funny that she got two babies, not twins, but she had them back to back, and one looked just like her, and one looked just like her husband. Y'all know Cornetta. So she was one, and the other one was a friend of hers. She was a young lady too. I can't think of her name right now. But she came up after I had spent all that time praying for Cornetta. She said, "Can you pray for me too?" Oh. And I said, "Okay." So pray for her. And she got pregnant too. And those babies are a couple of months or a couple of weeks behind each other. But it was that time. And I don't know if it was at that particular conference or it was in that season. I think it was that we had a room that we were praying for women to get pregnant. And people were getting pregnant, and even one lady left the church because she was single and she got pregnant. Oh, yeah, she was. She couldn't. I couldn't stay. And then Juanita wasn't supposed to have any more kids, and she got pregnant. So it was like boom, 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 boom. So that's the power, and it was a season. It's like when the man was stirring, the water was stirring. He said, "Jump in now." And so that was the season. And the young lady who came up second, she wasn't too embarrassed to come up also. And she came right up behind Cornetta and said, "I want you to pray for me too." So they both have kids the same age. So I remember those prayers that we prayed for our teenagers one year. Was a lady here with the white, I don't remember. And she prayed so long and hard for all of the teenagers. And one of them, her mother was sick or something. So anyway, the prayer, another thing, you're going to get some good praying for you. We can go in a private room, or we'll just, if the Lord leads us in a prayer thing, we pray right there. So you get your prayers answered. And another thing I really like about the conference is we have our singers who have been praying and practicing. And they come up with some songs that just melt your heart, you know, and just, oh my God, the songs break the fallow ground. You know, things are, sometimes you come in and you just don't want to receive, you don't want nobody to know, and then you start singing and praising, and it breaks down walls, the music that comes forth. So that's another thing you're going to get. Anybody else want to share something? I just got kind of caught up in that moment with those things that I remembered.
Lady O, I just wanted to add, and we've said it, you know, in different ways, but I love the conferences because we can put all the things that, you know, a lot of us look like we have it all together, but you can come to this conference and you can just lay it all out and just really realize that there are people there dealing with the same things you're dealing with, that want to help. You know, we all have struggles. You know, some of us wear it a little bit better than others, but a lot of people are struggling and they need some help.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I'll be the first to tell anybody, if you need some help, get some help. You know, you know, I tell my family all the time, I'm a counselor by trade. And I said, in the Black community, we frown on counseling. But the reason that we're struggling is because we won't get some help.
We need to get some help. And one of the things that, my daughter-in-law, she's so funny. She said in her sermon, I think it was the last sermon she did, she said, I got counseling for all my kids. So whatever I messed up, let the counselors fix it, something like that, she said. And I got to thinking about it. And this is something that my kids, now I was a counselor and I've never really been to counseling, but as a counselor, they tell you always need to have a counselor. They tell you when you're going through the training, you need to have a counselor. But I've been, not that I have anything against it, I've just been so busy counseling everybody else, but I'm gonna still get me one. But anyway, all of my grandkids and kids have counselors. And it's just a new, this new way that they are okay with it.
Yes.
People get it, they'll get it for their kids. And of course, you know, it wasn't like that when I was coming up. So I'm so happy that they are doing that, because
me too.
All the stuff we hold up inside of us, we need to tell somebody. If you can't tell your mother, your father, get you a counselor so you can just tell everything.
Right. I'm glad that in our community it's more normalized now, because it used to be so taboo. Nobody wanted to talk about it. Or talk about issues. But I'm glad that we're opening up now in the African American community. That's good. That's a good thing.
Right.
And this conference is a way to release and refresh too. So that's why it's so good for women to come.
Yes. And the other one is to receive. One of the things I try to bring at the conference is information. And so as I learn about things, I try to bring it to you guys and to the women. So one of the things was about mental health. And I didn't know, you know, growing up about mental health. I thought, you know, mental health was one thing. You know, a person was, back in the day, they said, you know, they're crazy, they got a little mental problem. You know, that's all you knew. But there are so many forms of mental illness, you know, even depression, you know, things like that. That's a form of mental illness. Anxieties, when you get anxious about things, overly anxious, and you can't let them go. All of those are forms of mental, what do they call it? They don't call them mental illness. They call them mental something. Anyway.
Mental health, you know, mental health. Yeah.
Right. Instead of them saying mental illness, they say mental health. And so we can all say at some time or another, we all had some mental health issues, whether it was depression or just being anxious or whatever.
Overwhelmed. You know, a lot of women would get so overwhelmed.
Yeah, where you can't even get out of bed.
And being mad, you know, that's some people
angry.
just hold on to it. And I know I'm one of those, but
and then while those feelings are very normal, what happens is if they're not dealt with, it does become almost where you reach a point of being overly depressed or anxious, and then it goes to a crisis almost. So it comes out one way or another.
It does.
It's going to come out. Yeah, it's going to come out.
And so we need to try to help one another. One of the things too, I remember one year when I had a lady come and talk about lesbianism, and the Lord just led me to do that. I didn't know a lot about it. I said, I need to learn. The Lord was telling me I need to learn. And so this lady came and she talked about how her grandmother was, if I'm not mistaken, Marsha, you helped me, you were back there at that time, that her grandmother was a witch and that she was lesbian and her mother was a lesbian and she was a lesbian. It was like a generational curse that was coming upon them. And she wanted to be broken of it. And we did pray for her. And so we're having to learn nowadays, and God was preparing me for that. I didn't quite understand why, but later on I learned that that it was very, very rampantly attacking our young people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like kids in elementary school, in middle school, in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and we're clapping and praising the Lord, and we don't know that they're dealing with that.
Mm.
And so sometimes that can come from mental illness. Not saying it is a mental illness. I'm still learning about it,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to learn all I can because that is a large segment of our population today.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And God was preparing me for it those years back because, like I said, when I grew up, you know, I didn't make fun of them, but we all had a name for them that was not a nice name,
Mm-hmm.
that people just used carelessly, you know,
Mhm.
and didn't think that that would be hurtful to them. It's just what they were called in my community. So you got to learn better. And so as I'm learning better, you know, with the mental illness and things like that, I try to bring them as subjects so that we can learn better and be better and please God, because all of us are God's children. So we have to be careful how we treat one another. As Pastor Johnny has this message out now about my neighbor, better be careful how we treat our neighbors, okay? And so that's what, yeah, Marsha was there. Marsha said, I remember that, the evil spirits and witchcraft. Now, we used to do a whole lot of that deliverance stuff at these conferences. We don't do as much as we used to, but
Yeah.
maybe we were slapping all and laying hands
Yeah.
on and casting out
Prayer.
demons.
Altar prayer at the end of the
Uh-huh.
at the end of the conference. Yeah.
So, so anyway, and as Gail said too, the devil starts in your mind. That's why we want this conference to deal with your mind first, because he's the one that's saying, he's the accuser. So he accuses you. God isn't accusing you, and people are not accusing you. The devil can use people, but the devil to accuse you, but he's behind it. Okay.
Right.
And so
Right.
then we get mad at the person, but it's
Mhm.
really not the person. It's the devil behind the scene that's using them, and they really need prayer as well.
Yes. Prayer and help. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm. So
Whew.
it's a lot. So let's go through some of our speakers right quick. Let's go through that PowerPoint, Pastor Johnny. Okay, so this is our conference flyer, and it will be on the website. Please take it and share it with all of your friends, your contacts, and so forth. This particular year, it said, I'm definitely more than enough. And then scripture is going to be, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. It starts Friday the 15th and goes through 17th. The 16th will be the day we have all of our classes and speakers and so forth. And we also are going to be doing something very special this year. We are honoring our sheroes that have gone before us. And so one of the ones that I've been really wanting to honor in a long time, I've known her for over 30 years, is Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. I'm going to be interviewing her for her to tell her story about who she is, how she grew up to become who she is. And then she's going to give us nuggets about whatever she wants to tell us. But I will be interviewing her and she will be speaking to us. And I just want to hear what she has to say, and I want to honor her. So we're getting that together. And she has such a busy schedule. You know what, I was going in Washington. So I'm just so honored that she said yes. And she said she's going to get here as soon as she can. You know how her schedule is, and she has to fly around. And I told her we will make our schedule, accommodate you. We're just so happy to honor you. And I think we should. She's from Houston. She's our home girl. If I can say that in a respectable way. She's our home girl. So we definitely going to honor her and put her on Facebook and blow her up and tell the world we love her. All right. So the next flyer, please. So this is Dr. Jenna Lynn Jerkins, and she's the one I was telling you about Friday night. She's coming. You can Google her. She is an amazing, amazing woman, and she knows how to get to the bottom, get to the root of it, and pull it out. She's gonna pull it out of us, guys. So get ready for her on Friday night. Okay, and who else do we have here? Oh, Kim Roxy. Now I love Miss Kim Roxy. I've known her for a long time too. Now she's blowing up big now. But she still knows me. I know her. And she is used to just know her where I call and say, can you do my makeup? Because she has her own line of makeup called Amik Makeup. She's a founder and it's beautiful. It makes you look the other week when you were on here, Trace, I said you look so pretty, and Kim made you up, right?
She did, yes.
Yeah. And so she made the formula mix and match your skin in a special way. Is that right?
Yeah, she came in a beautiful formulation of foundation, and she also gave me some moisturizer and different things. And when she was done, it was magical.
I'm telling you, you look like you were 10 years younger. I think. I don't know.
I didn't keep wearing that.
I need to make an appointment.
Honey, she was so good. And so the thing about Kim too that I did not know, I didn't know that she had alopecia, and that these are wigs and things that she was wearing. I didn't know it. And so when this came out not too long ago with one of the legislative ladies, and they were either making fun or said something inappropriate, she came out and like the last couple of times I've seen her, she's got several awards for her makeup and being a businesswoman and a founder, an entrepreneur. She's been getting several awards all over, and she was not wearing her hair. She was, bald. I don't know if that's the new thing they call it or whatever. Natural bald is what she was, and she's beautiful. And so she's going to come and share her story. I told all of them, you need to share your story. Because the story is, I can do all things. How do you do that when you're going through? And, I don't know if she's a single mom or not, but I always just see her and her little girl together. But, so I'm not going to say that she's a single mom, but I just know she brings her baby with her on certain times, certain things. And she's an amazing, amazing woman who is real.
Yes.
She is a real, genuine person. So you want to see her. You want to hear her story. She's going to tell you how, she got started, give you some tidbits on that. So come out and see Kim Roxy. You will not be disappointed. And she can help you get your makeup together.
Get your beauty right.
And if you ever go anything special, when I did my photo shoot, she's the one that did my makeup. So I use it for special events, but I really need to go in there a little bit more often, get some other stuff done. But so that's going to be in the morning. It's going to be Wake Up Beautiful. I think is the title of her. Some Wake Up Beauty or some beautiful. And she always says that whenever she says, hello, beautiful.
Yeah, this is Pastor Johnny, that the previous slide was her talking about a recommendation.
Oh, we had a video. Yeah. Okay. Show the video. Run the video. Go back.
Oh, he said he couldn't get it to work. Wow.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, you can go online and Google it, but we had a video clip of her. Now, this next one is our flyer from last year, which was so powerful. Remember, we had our first vice president, Black female, and we were all on fire for 2021. So we had our theme based upon that. And it says, excuse me, we're speaking. Well, I tell you what, let me tell you something. God gave me that particular kind of theme on that. And all year long, women have been speaking. When you look at even the people that are the whistleblowers and the people that are trying to tell the world to get right and what really happened with the big January 16th, these are women that are coming forth, being brave enough to tell the truth, being brave enough to expose. These are women. And then we had, of course, our first African-American female right after that, for Supreme Court nominated and consecrated to be the first Black woman to sit on the Supreme Court bench. So women have really been, that was kind of like a prophetic thing last year that said, excuse us, we're speaking. And so that was last year's conference. And so then this year, that was last year. And anybody want to say anything about last year's conference? It was just,
oh, it was wonderful.
yeah.
The love doctor was powerful. And then also the lady that talked about I can't remember her name. I think it was Kayla Rogers. Was she? I think she was there last year, and she talked about communication and interaction.
Yes,
between people. Did. That was excellent. Yeah.
She sure did. Communication. And I think everybody, they loved communication because we have a problem sometimes communicating. Said, excuse us, we're speaking, but we don't know how to speak. We don't know how to talk. We don't know how to get our point over. And we want people to listen to us. So we had a lot of sessions about that, how to communicate and get people to listen to you and for you to say the right thing that you don't regret.
Right. That's what it was. Exactly.
Yeah. But the love doctor was on last year. She started us off at the beginning. And she had on her white coat. She had a stethoscope. There she is right there. And she was a unique heart, talking about how to love yourself. And she was just amazing. Gave us went through a process there of a checkup. Remember, she had a checkup for us to see about our love. So that was really great last year. And then she presented me with some roses. She's so sweet. I just fell in love with her too, Shelly. She was really, really nice. And she had a book. She had gifts for us.
The self-love journal.
Yeah, she sure did. And you can find out about her too, that she still has all of her things, and she's a great. We'll have to have her back another time too, because we really did enjoy her that whole day. She stayed with us the whole day too.
She did.
We just fell in love. Just had a good time with her. I see her on Facebook, and I'll always kind of hit her up and encourage her because she has a great vision. She is another one too that can tell you she's been through some things, but she just keeps pressing on. So that was last year. Anybody else have anything from last year?
Lady O, I just wanted to add, and I don't know if she's going to be back this year, but we had a little entrepreneur there. She had created her own lipstick or gloss.
Oh, yes.
And it was so nice. And she presented it so well. And it was just so nice to see that.
She did. I think it was Boss Babe. Gloss Boss. Thanks, Tisha. Yeah. Gloss Boss.
Yeah, Gloss Boss. And she was the cutest little thing. How old was she? About 12?
I think she was 12. Yeah.
She was 12 years old. She was an entrepreneur. And one of the things that I really try to do at my conferences too is promote Black women. And so I was so honored to promote her being a young, and I didn't realize she was that young at first, but she put that together. We had little boxes and lip gloss, and she had a table in the back. Her mom helped her. And I think she about sold out of everything she had. So, so she was really good and encouraging. This year, guys, I'm going to have another entrepreneur who's young, but it's a he.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I want to really bless him. And the Lord laid him on my heart. And so I called him up and said, look, you're on my heart. Lord said, call you and bless you. So he's going to be doing, he's going to have a booth, but it's little Terry Johnson. Y'all know Terry?
Terry Johnson.
Okay. Deacon and Deaconess Lula and Terry.
Oh, Johnson. Yes. I know Terry.
Yeah, you know him. We've been knowing him since he was a little baby.
Yes.
Well, he has started a clothing line.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he told me about it when he first started, asked me to pray for him and so forth, and I did. And then he wanted to show me his stuff, and I didn't look at it. I didn't, you know how you forget. And so when I was looking through all this and thinking about who we could bless, and because I love promoting businesses that are young, right there. Yeah, Terry Lula Johnson's son. He's been with us forever since he was born, little boy.
He was a baby.
I saw him grow up, saw him get into trouble. We had to whoop him, fuss at him, love him. Yeah, we've been through it. It was a little group of those boys there that were always getting into trouble. He was part of it. But to see him grow up and start his own business, there he is right there.
Oh, there's a picture of him.
That's
Sister
him.
Lula.
Yeah, and he's so tall, and he's just a loving son. And whenever he's there at the church, he always comes over to me, and I'm shorter than his mom. He's been a hey mama and love, just kiss me, whatever. But we want to promote him. I want to see your clothing line. I want you to come, and I want you to I'm going to give you a booth, and I want you to showcase your clothes. I said, I'll model something. You make something with me, with my name on it. That'll be even better. I'll wear it even more. But anyway, so we're going to promote him this year and buy some of his stuff. All right, now, this other one, Pastor Johnny, look at that. There we are with our black tails.
Yeah.
Right, and our jeans
on Saturday.
And bottoms on Saturday. And so that's the team that really worked to put on the conference. And I just love them and thank them so much for their hard work. I can't do it without a team. And I have an amazing team even this year. Some of the people will not be able to help this year, or they moved on, or for whatever reason they can't. But I cannot do this without a team. So I want to just take a moment to thank my amazing team for their sacrifice, for their creativity, for their love, and we just get in there and get it done. If anybody gets their feelings hurt, they just have to get over it, because they have to give you that forgiveness or that love that Jesus will, because you can't work together with people and never step on a toe. You're going to step on somebody's toe. So I'm just always praying, Lord, help us to get through this. Help us to love each other and forgive one another, because Satan will want to get in the middle of it, And so he'll bring up all kind of things and show you stuff. And you just have to get thee behind me, Satan. We got this big conference coming that is about God. It is not about you, and it's not about me. So we put that aside. So I want to thank you for my beautiful team last year and this year. I know Angela Martin Greer is going to be back too with the social justice piece, because guys, we have an election coming up, and it's not a political thing that we're telling you who to vote for, but we're going to make sure you're educated on who's running, on what their particular job title is, and how it affects you. Okay. Then we're going to also make sure you know the issues that are before us, because some people say, well, what are the issues this year? And we as Black people, and I'm saying me too, well, I know they're talking about guns. What else? You don't know what else? So who is a person who has control to be able to change that thing about guns to reflect who you want to be? So we're going to talk about that as well. And last year we had a fashion show. That was really nice. Very, very nice. But we're going to have that, as well as we're going to talk about Alzheimer's, which is a thing that's affecting us younger and younger.
Yes.
Guys. And so you think of Alzheimer's being somebody that's 80-something years old. Nope. Now it's going to the 50s. We've heard about some last year in their 50s and early 60s. And I have a relative of mine who is set in her 70s, like mid 70s. And, you would never have thought that she would be having Alzheimer's, and it just goes so fast. Mm-hmm. So, she's had to move out of her house. And so we're going to talk about that. Is it medication that it's getting to be so young? How can you identify it? Is anything you can do to kind of avoid it or slow it down? We're going to talk about that with Alzheimer's. And then we have, what else did I miss, guys?
Dr. Q and the generational social media.
Thank you. Dr. Q is going to be leading one too that we really need to come out. And this is young people. She's going to talk about social media and how they communicate. You know, our kids have a whole different level of communication these days.
Yes, they do.
We don't know what in the heck they're talking about, you know?
So different.
Today, my granddaughter said something, and I just looked at her and something about wearing the dress. That's what it meant. But she said a word, I forgot what it was. And the other granddaughter had said, now she means she don't want to be the picture to overwhelm her that she's wearing that, whatever it is, the picture. I'm going, why she just say that? Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Just
a whole different lingo. And in the songs and things, sometimes they're singing stuff in the song, we just jam into it. Oh, we like
what they're talking about.
What they're saying.
Don't know.
So we need to be able to do that even when they communicate on social media. So she's going to be having a panel of young people on to kind of educate us on what we need to know as grown-ups, and some of us more than grown-ups, grandmothers. Well, we need to know about social media. What do they want us to know about what it is they're going through, their world? So we're going to be trying to help to learn how we can better understand and communicate with their world. Okay. The t-shirts. Let's talk about the t-shirts right quick, because every year we have a different t-shirt. There's ours from last year. Excuse me, I'm speaking. That was beautiful. I love that red, black, and white. Okay, let's look at another one. Okay, that's the crew. This is the one for this year, y'all. It is an apple green, and the colors are not exactly on here, but it's a Kool-Aid grape, and it is so pretty together.
It's pretty.
So
and the rhinestones around the eyelashes.
On the eyelashes has rhinestones. Oh, it is simply gorgeous.
And the shoe too, right, Lady?
Yeah, the shoe has rhinestones on it. It's just really blinged out in the front. You really can't tell by here because this was just a working copy she sent to me, just a sample. Go back to the t-shirt right quick. Okay, real quickly. And then on the back, this is the one that really, 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 really gets me. Now, she says she's not promising me we'll be able to actually see it, but I'm going to be giving you a something Tish and I are going to make together. We're going to create something, Tish, where you can see it at your table. But on all those little white things that look like curls and streaks in our hair, those are the names of all the different Black women who are pioneers, all the way back, to Harriet Tubman, all the way back to new Supreme Court Justice. Her name is on there. Nice. So all the women we talk about, Sheila Jackson Lee's name is on there.
Oh, this is so cool.
In the curls, it's just amazing to sit there and try to figure them out. Yes. And so we're going to give it to you where you can look at it on the paper. But she said, I'm trying to get it to work on this shirt, but some of them you may not be able to see.
And the t-shirt is included with your registration.
Yes, thank you for reminding. If you register, the t-shirts will be included. We used to sell them separately, but as the pandemic came, we said, let's give a break on that and just include it in the package, okay? So you will get a free t-shirt, all right? So when you register, make sure you put your sizes on there so we can go ahead and pull yours out. Okay, go to the next one. Focus to Fight. Oh, that was a great one. I love that shield and everything. We had the t-shirts like that. And that's the one that when Jacayla Carr came, and she was singing that. There's our t-shirts there, Focus to Fight.
That was cute too. I like that t-shirt.
I know, I loved it. And my sister was there too. It's my sister in the middle. And she hasn't been here in a long time. So it's now been, 4 or 5 years ago.
Is she the one right next to you?
Yeah.
To your right? Okay.
That's Cynthia.
Okay.
Yes, my baby sister.
Okay.
All right. And look at us. We done gained weight, lost weight. Yep, that's right. But that's all right. We're here. Hallelujah.
We're still more than enough.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so do we have any more? Okay, that's me, my sister, and her friend from Dallas together. Okay. I got to get that and send to her. That's me and Jacayla Carr. Yeah. And so whatever, we got some wonderful. If you go on our Facebook page, you'll see a lot more memories. Oh, here we go now.
I love that shirt.
Peacock.
This is my favorite one, the peacock. And I mean, that thing is beautiful. I don't know if he could get it bigger, but that peacock was out of sight. And I'm gonna have to see if I can. I always get requests for that shirt. I think we got all of them are gone. I think.
Yeah, I think they're all gone.
Yeah, I think they're all gone. We may find one or two somewhere. I'm not sure. I'm gonna look. But
now, Lady O, do you want to do the challenge to see who has the most T-shirts?
Yes, thank you, Shelly, for reminding me. Okay, so we're gonna have a challenge to find out who can present the most T-shirts of all the conferences, 20 years. Can you get all of them? Okay, and so we want to have a contest. We're going to give some money to the person who can produce all of the T-shirts. And I know I probably have them all somewhere, so I can kind of judge which ones are missing.
Yeah.
So I love that blue one too. The blue one that had the butterflies. Y'all remember that one?
I don't remember that
one.
It
was a teal blue, and it had butterflies, sequin butterflies on it.
Oh, I bet that was pretty. I don't remember that.
It reminded me of being at the beach.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it was so pretty. That color blue it was. That's the kind of blue it was.
Yeah.
So pretty. We've had purple. Okay, and that's
she was great.
Judge. She was the judge that came out and gave her story, and really was trying to really help some young people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She talked about how she did poorly in high school.
Yep, skipping school. Remember she said she would be out with the friends. Her mom and daddy was at work. They were good people, worked hard. She would leave the house and get outside. Okay, looking at us, my team again. Okay.
That was the same year as the peacocks, I think.
Yep, that's the peacock one right there. Now, was that the year we were online? Because I thought we did that one online. Yes, that's our favorite T-shirt. So yeah, put your favorite T-shirt in the chat too, if you can remember your favorite T-shirt. Okay, what else we got there? And the yellow roses.
That was pretty.
Yeah, I love that one. I really did. That's really pretty. So now, so let me tell you at the end, the person that I have not spoken about yet, Dr. Pamela Ogletree, is going to be closing us out. Do we have a picture up? I know we had it on the PowerPoint. I think it was the last slide because there she is.
There she is.
That's my sister-in-law. She's married to Bishop Ethan Ogletree. And I asked her to close it out because Pam is an awesome, amazing woman. She is an awesome, amazing woman of God, and she is a counselor by trade. This is what she does for a living.
Okay.
Yeah, she has her own office, and she sees clients one-on-one. She also, helps, of course, with her husband at church, and she runs their women's ministry there and does conferences, and she preaches and teaches and does whatever God has anointed her to do. But I really wanted her to close it out because she deals with the mind every day. She understands fully about deliverance from a Christian standpoint as working with her husband. She's seen all kinds of demonic forces. Some are emotional, some are social, some are what am I trying to say with your inside your body? Some come from your brain. You know what I mean? Some people do have problems with their brain. She knows about all of that.
Yeah, internal.
Yeah. Oh, Sister Marshall, made me have a flashback real quick. Drop the mask. Drop the mask. That's what it was. It wasn't butterflies. Man, looked like butter. It was called Drop the Mask. Y'all remember that one? It had the little mask like kid. We had a mask. You had told everybody right on there and put it in their basket to pray. Oh, that was a good one. Drop that mask. Because many of us are wearing a mask.
Do we have any of those T-shirts, do you think?
I'm going to see. I don't know. I got to go look. But Dr. Pamela Ogletree is one that can definitely help you drop that mask, okay? And she can get to the root of mentally, talking about mental illness. She deals with that. Demonic illness, she works in that with her husband. So she is one that I asked to close it out. And I want her to, we're going to have one of those old-fashioned deliverance things. You know, I told you about before how we used to do all of that. We're going to
Yes.
pray. She's going to teach and preach and do all that and give you all the information you need. But she also has an anointing on her life to be able to, a deliverance thing, to help people
Yes.
be delivered from whatever it is, whether it's
Mhm.
mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. She knows how to bring it forth. So I asked her to close out. And those of you that are needing a counselor or need to see somebody, you can talk to her and see if she's a good fit for you. You know, one thing about us counselors, when you tell us something in private, we have to keep it confidential. And we're really great at that because it's something that we want to do. Um, is to help people. So we're not about trying to spread your stuff that you want private. We want to help you because that's a calling that God has in our life. It's an anointing. So she is going to do that, and you got to come here, my sister-in-law, Dr. Pam, and she's going to close us out. And like I said, we somewhere in there we got to fit in Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, depending what time she gets here. That's kind of the run of it, guys. We're going to have wonderful food. I've been to some conferences here lately. They don't have any food. They barely get water from the water fountain. We'll have breakfast. Well, first of all, Friday, we'll have our food for Friday for our happy hour. And then we're going to have breakfast that morning. We'll have lunch. So, when you look at how much the ticket costs, you get a T-shirt and 3 meals. Come on. That's more than what the ticket costs. And so I want you all that are to go ahead and buy a ticket, buy it from somewhere else, sow into the conference, because it's going to reap some benefits for you and some other women. So some of you all, if you say, well, I can't come, go ahead and still buy some tickets. I have women who want to come that cannot afford it so that you can bless them. So the way you do it is you go on our website, the First Met website, and you look for the women's conference. Go down to where the QR reader is. Go down to the link, purchase your ticket. If you want to make a donation, say for instance, you don't want to buy a ticket, you just want to make a donation of $1,000. Hallelujah. You just pay your $1,000 and it will be as a sponsor. We do have some vendor booths that are still available. If you want to do a vendor booth, you can do that. They're $65. Donations or whatever your heart desires. You can give anywhere from $25 up to $2,500. It's all in the same link. We know the difference between them because the conference is $60 and the t-shirts the vendor is $65. Anything other than that is going to be a particular donation. So we need your donation, and we want to be able to bless our people that come out. We want to be able to we've already been purchasing things for the conference in the form of decorations, and my team has been so great in getting gift cards, and it's just it takes a lot to run a conference, a lot more than what you'll ever really know. But I want to thank all of you for everything you do, for donating your time, your talent, your treasure, and your prayers. Listen, my time is up, but I want to tell you, do not miss this conference, okay? Women at the Feet of Jesus. So I will see you Friday at First Metropolitan Church for the Women at the Feet of Jesus conference. Come, bring a friend, come expecting. You're going to be blessed, I guarantee. See you Friday.